Hi, I wanted to share a word that the Lord gave me a couple of mornings ago. Um, had some dreams. I don't remember what the dreams were on Saturday morning. Um, but then before I woke up, He gave me the word, there will be trouble in the heavens and planets will collide. And so I don't know what planet and I don't know when, but that's the word He gave me. And I wanted to look at some Bible verses. First, this website, lifehopeandtruth.com, it says signs in the heavens, referring to God. It says God will use supernatural heavenly signs to signal the beginning of his intervention to punish humanity for our sins and to rescue us from self-destruction. So I'll leave a link to this article. It's not very long, but it's basically talking about the signs of the end times. Um, and what he told Joel, Isaiah, and then Matthew, Mark, and Luke. And um, Isaiah 13 is really good and refers to the end times. So I'm going to read that in a moment. And how these prophecies of Joel and Isaiah match the events described in John's vision in Revelation about the sixth seal, where there's a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became like blood, and the stars of heaven fell to the earth as a fig tree drops its late figs when it's shaken by a mighty wind. In Revelation 6:12 to 14, then the sky receded as a scroll when it's rolled up, and every mountain and island was moved out of its place. So that happens at the sixth seal, and it says this person wrote, the reason God will orchestrate these signs in the heavens is to announce that he will now intervene in human affairs in a very visible way. Jesus mentioned that the heavenly signs would follow right on the heels of another prophesied event. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from heaven and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Which powers of the heaven and stars falling from heaven um, also lines up with there will be trouble in the heavens and planets will collide. Um, it says, what was Jesus referring to when he said immediately after the tribulation of those days? The great tribulation will be the time of terrible trial for modern day descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, later renamed Israel. These people will suffer famine and pestilence, military invasion, and enslavement. Additionally, the tribulation will be a time of widespread persecution against the saints of the true church of God at the end of the age. This group of people is called the Israel of God. Galatians 6:16. The tribulation of those days and the time of Jacob's trouble, spoken of the prophets Jeremiah and Daniel, also refer to this tribulation spoken of this tribulation spoken of by Jesus. To learn more about tribulation, how it will affect Abraham's descendants through Isaac and Jacob, we encourage you to read, and there's another article. But if one were to look at the combined list of cosmic events prophesied by prophets Joel, Isaiah, Jesus, and John, it would look something like this. A great earthquake occurs. Every mountain and island will move out of its place. So all the crust of the earth. Blood and fire and pillars of smoke will be seen. This could be from volcanoes erupting, also from brimstone and fire raining from heaven. The sun, moon, and stars will have their light blocked. Again, that could be from the smoke that's released here, making them appear as dark as night. The moon will appear blood red, also because of something in the atmosphere. The stars of heaven will appear to be falling to the earth, and the sky will be seen receding like a scroll when it's rolled up, which many say could be um, a magnetic pole shift of the earth. So immediately after these stunning cosmic disturbances, a series of great plagues will quickly follow, each accompanied with the sound of a trumpet. Revelation 8 and 9 chapters. These plagues will precede the return of Jesus Christ to earth in glory and majesty to establish a kingdom of peace and righteousness. Okay, So in Luke 21, Matthew 24, and Mark 13, we see the three of the disciples their take on the end times right here in Luke 21:25, and there will be signs in the sun, in the moon, and in the stars, and on the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them from fear and the expectation of those things which are coming on the earth, things that are happening. For the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with great power and great glory. Now, when these things begin to happen, when you see these signs beginning to happen, look up and lift your head. Look up and lift up your heads because your redemption draws near. And here, Mark 13, 24. But in those days after the tribulation, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. The stars of heaven will fall, and the powers of heaven will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. And then he will send his angels and gather together his elect from the four winds, from the farthest part of earth to the farthest part of heaven. He gathers up his elect. Okay, Isaiah 13. But verse 13 is specifically, but we'll read the whole thing. The burden against Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amoz saw. Lift up a banner on the high mountain, raise your voice to them, wave your hand, that they may enter the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, those who rejoice in my exaltation. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like that of many people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts musters the army for battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, the Lord and his weapons of indignation to destroy the whole land. Wail, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It will come as destruction from the Almighty. Therefore all hands will be limp, every man's heart will melt, and they will be afraid. Pangs and sorrows will take hold of them. They will be in pain as a woman in childbirth. They will be amazed at one another. Their faces will be like flames. Behold, the day of the Lord comes, cruel with both wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he will destroy its sinners from it. For the stars of heaven and their constellations will not give their light. The sun will be darkened in its going forth, and the moon will not cause its light to shine. I will punish the world for its evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. I will halt the arrogance of the proud, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a mortal more rare than fine gold, a man more than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth will move out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. It shall be as the hunted gazelle, and as a sheep that no man takes up. Every man will turn to his own people, and everyone will flee to his own land. Everyone who is found will be thrust through, and everyone who is captured will fall by the sword. Their children also will be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses will be plundered, and their wives ravished. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, who will not regard silver, and as for gold, they will not delight in it. Also their bows will dash the young men to pieces, and they will have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye will not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' pride, will be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It will never be inhabited, nor will it be settled from generation to generation. Nor will the Arabian pitch tents there, nor will the shepherds make their sheepfolds there. But wild beasts of the desert will lie there, and their houses will be full of owls. Ostriches will dwell there, and wild goats will caper there. The hyenas will howl in their citadels, and jackals in their pleasant palaces. Her time is near to come, and her days will not be prolonged.